Hi guys, welcome back. So from this video I'm gonna show you guys the chat screen of this chat screen of our chat app. So basically I have also imported this stuff. I have imported the async storage because we need the async storage and react use effect from the React Native, and the use state and these functions and these the vector icons and those stuff. And what I've done is that I have made in here 4 states, only 4 states in here. And I have told that in the previous video in the home screen, I have told why. I will tell you guys why I did put this object into there. When you navigate, you take this object, okay, to the chat screen. Now you can take that object, anything from that object, from route and params. You can take anything in that object. If you want the name in that object, you can take from as type in route.params. So I have basically made these 4 states, and I have, let's just say I have made, we will go through the design first. So this is my design. So what happened in this design is that first there's a flat list. We're going to talk about that flat list first. We won't talk about this for now. We're gonna talk about the flat list first. So if about this thing also, I told you in the previous video, if the theme ID is a little bit darker, the text will be white. So I will show you guys. When you open this and you go inside this, you can see, right, there's the theme, the text equals to white. So let's first talk about how these things are called. Okay, let's first talk about those stuff. So what happens in here is that the first function, the send request function. Okay, we're gonna talk about the send request function. You're gonna see in here, whenever you come to this screen, whenever you come to the chat screen, there's a function called start. And as the previous one, don't think about this stuff for now. Don't think about these stuff for now. For now, we're gonna concentrate in this one. Whenever you go to the chat screen of some user, there's a the send request has a set interval of 5 seconds. For every 5 seconds, it calls the send request, and we have to give a use effect. Otherwise, it will call continuously. Than the send interval we have given, it will call continuously. That's why I have given a use effect. So what happened in here is that yeah, you're calling for 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds you're calling send request, right? So in the send request, what happened in here is that you're taking the async storage first. You're taking the key called user from the async storage, and you're gonna keep it in the user.js text. I have told you guys this before, that this variable is taking our JSON text right now, because in the async storage they are strings. So I have made it as a JSON text, and I have given to the async storage key known as user that string. So what I have done is that taking that user text and I have parsed it into our JavaScript object right now, and I have assigned it to the user.js object, and I have made a form, and I have given the ID. Okay, the ID 1 is given, that I have given is that the user's ID. The ID 2 that I have given is that I have in the home screen. I have every single time when you touch some user, let's just say the user is the user's user ID is 2. That means let's just say when you go to home screen, this is 1, this is 2. Okay, when you tap this, it takes as 1, and when you tap this, it takes as 2. That's why in here, when you untouch the edge, it takes the tapping user's name and ID and image. So from by calling route.params, we can take the tapped user's ID, and this is our ID. We're gonna put that into a form, and we're gonna send that form, and we're gonna send that to this URL from post method, and it's a AJAX function because we need in the real time. And yeah, we have sent those stuff. So we're gonna go to the PHP side, and where is it? It's the load chat. So what happened in here is that you have given user 1 as your ID, you have given the user 2 as the tapped user's ID, and we're gonna connect to the mysql database. And from the first query, what they are doing is that whenever you come to here, okay, whenever you the chat is load, whenever the send request is called from 5 seconds, it updates the chat's status ID as 1. That means it updates whether if you have not seen anything, it updates at 1 as 1. I will show you guys right now what happens from that, or what happens in there. That is that you're going to chats, right? You're going to chats, and let's just say you're gonna put this as 2, right? You're gonna put this as 2. Okay, you're gonna put as 2. Now if I go to here, you can see it's 1. Okay, whenever you go inside, and whenever after that 5 seconds is after it loads from 5 seconds, the update query also loads at 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds the update query also load. So when you go back, that means it has been updated the unseen status, the message that is unseen as seen. That's what happened from that query. So after that, we first update it. After that, we're gonna go to, let's just say we have, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna take the all chats. I will show this also running by Hades SQL, this query. The user IDs are v. So what we are looking from is user ID 2, and we will talk about the user ID 9. And here as 9, and here as 8. Yeah. So what happened in here is that he's taking every single message that you have sent to him, and he have sent to you. That's what happened from here to here, from this from that there to here, the condition that I have put. From that, he's taking the to user ID is 8, and the from user ID is 9, or he's taking the to user ID is 9, or from user ID is 8. So the chats that sent from each other is shown by here, and I have ordered by it by chat ID from the first chat to the last chat that you have, that the people have sent to each other. And I have inner joined it with the status. So you can see the status, I have joined that in for the status. I will say why I have joined that status one to here later. So for now, this is a table, you can see it. So when the when that is when that query is executed, you can take that table and I have made the array in here. And this is the important part. Okay, so now we have put a for loop in here, but we have given a condition in there. If the $sign x equals 0 in the first, and $sign table number x $sign x is less than table numbers, that means it will take the number will be the count will be this all rows count. So $sign x is less than tables numbers, and it will go until it ends. That's why $sign x equals plus plus. So the first time the $sign x equals to 1, I mean 0, when it loops the first time, when it loops to the second time, the $sign x equals to 1. So what I have done in here, that taking that for table's first row, which means this, taking that for table's first row, and I have done is that assigning it into the $sign row, and we have made a new a new std class, which means a new PHP object, and we're gonna assign that first row's message as this message as the name message in the PHP object, and we have given this as the value, the first message. That means we have given in here as hi. We're gonna put that into the PHP object into the first message. So in the next one, what we have done is that taking the first row's time and formatting into this way. And from this part, what we have done is that this is a little bit simple. Actually, what we have done is that we have taken the first row, right? We have taken the first row. If the from user ID equals user 1, okay, if from user ID equals user 1, that means when you take the first row, you're taking the first row, okay. If the from user ID equals 9 in here, right now it's 9 from in that row, then so it means the from user ID should be equals to 1, right? That means when you go to the let me show you that what happened in there. When you go into this, okay, when you go into this, it calls like this, right? If the from user ID is you, if the from user ID is you, that means if you send the text, okay, if you have been sent the text, that means like this. The from user ID is you in here right now. So you let's just say you send the text, then we're gonna send to the object that has the name as side equals right, okay. But if the from user ID is not you, which is 8, if it is not 8, then we're gonna put put a name called side and the value as left into the our object, PHP object. And then we have done what we have done in here is that taking the status and put it into the from this, what we have done is that making it as lowercase, and the row name, what we have done in here is that in there's a column in here, right? There's a column in here that has the status name. So we're gonna take that name and we're gonna put it into we're gonna make it as lowercase, and we're gonna put it into here. We're gonna put it into the object name status value, and we're gonna put it into this object. So what happened in here is that for the first time when this for loop is run, we have array, right? We're gonna put that the array and the name of the array as $sign x. That means the first time when it runs, this is the 0, this is 0, and it keeps that chat object. The second time this run, it equals 1. so he's gonna keep it in the one first index in the array. When the second time it goes, the array index becomes 2. That's what we have done in here, and we have encoded it because we have to put it into Java. I mean, we have to send it to the React Native side, and that's why we have encoded it, and we're gonna echo this uh this variable into here. So I will also demonstrate I will also demonstrate this process. I mean, I have never shown you guys a JSON text, so I will show this uh as in JSON text. Okay, what happened in here? So let me show you guys that. Okay, now I am gonna give it as localhost. Yeah, this. So first, you haven't given any ID, right? You haven't given any ID because you're gonna give that ID when you tap that from the chat app. So I'm gonna replace this for, let's just say, a current ID. That means, let's just say we are 8 and this is 9. Line 2. Oh, okay. I mean, you can't take like that. Let's just put this as 8 and this as 9. So you can see this is the JSON text. Okay, when the first when the first time the for loop is run, it puts that whole it puts the all. Now we have put this to a object, right? It puts the every single thing into this as the index is 1. So this is the second time the object run put this. The third time it put this stuff into the object as the index is 3 now, and here the index is 4, and here the index is 5. That's how it runs. So this is the JSON text. So after, now we go in the React Native side, and after we get the response, we're gonna take that response and put it to a variable called response text, and we have sent a JSON text for here, and we're gonna parse it and make it as a JavaScript object, and we're gonna set into the set chat history. Like what happened in the last time, when you the first time the default value is just array. That's why we have made actually a flat list in here. The first time the flat list have a array, empty array. So when this is called, it has nothing. That's why it didn't. Whenever until 5 seconds, it don't render anything. Let me show you. So when you go back and you come again, you can see until 5 seconds are until 5 seconds it don't render. After 5 seconds, the new value of the state called chat history is re-rendered. I mean, it replaced the value with the new value called that comes from the PHP side. We set the chat history into there, so the chat history's value is replaced. So after it replaced, the flat list re-rendered and put in the every single object. I mean, that it counts like, if you have let's just say, now in here I have shown that there are how many objects in here: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 34, 15, 16, 17, 20, 23. That means there are 23 in right now. So what happened in here that you have 23 objects in there. For every single 23 objects, it makes 23 items in here. So what happened in here is that, let's just say we send the side, right? We send the side. There's a thing called side. We send a side in here. Let me show you. So you can see why I send a side in here from the, if it is the from, if the from user ID is equals to 8, let's just say this is 8, then it should be right. But if it's not 8, that means it goes left. That means the opposite user have sent you something. So if it is right, we have given these tiles. So that's why if it is right, let me go show it to you. That's why if it is right, it comes with dark blue and it shows that whether the opposite user have seen this or not. So let me show you that too. See, the last two messages that I have sent, that didn't show by the opposite user. And in here it shows the items message, what are the messages said that sent by the item. So you know, if there are 28 objects, it re-renders, and whenever it renders, it puts the current objects. Now if you say it renders the first item, so in the first item it says hi, and it's renders the second item, it says again hi. But when it renders to the third item, when it the flat list go for the third item and renders the third item, it shows hello. That's why in here it shows the third item as hello. You can see it's hello, and we send it. That's why it is shown as the side equals right. So when the side equals right, it goes for the right side. But if it is left, it goes to left right. It applies the left side styles I have given. And same as I have put the message, time, and what I have done in here is that if the side equals to right, the item name, there's item name check. You're making item icon known as check, and the color of it depends whether the user, the opposite user have seen or not. If it has come as seen, the icon will be blue color. But if it comes as unseen, the icon will be white color. That's what happened in here. See, this is unseen, that's why it's white. So if it is not right, that means if you haven't sent the text, it has nothing, no icons. So this is style sheet. So that's it for this video. Before going to before I leave, I will tell you guys. I told you guys I will say about this function. I mean, where's that function? This function. So what happened in this function, as previous in the home function too, it will, the set interval will go on even though you go for the, even though you go back, even though you go for the home screen again, the set interval go still the set interval will go. I mean, it will go from 5 seconds to 5 seconds. What effect from here that even though you are now, let's just say you're in the, let's just say you're in here, when you go into the chat screen, you know that the update that happened in the PHP side, this update will also work. So if you don't put that, if I didn't put this thing, I will tell you guys what happened from that thing. When you go back to, it still say, whenever another guy put a message, it still say you have been seen, because that function is that function have set interval of 5 seconds, so it will still go on. So what I have done in here is that I have put a variable called as work ID equals 0, and I have the next time when the start is called, after 5 seconds the start is called, there's a set interval too, and I will equal it to for the work ID. But what happened in here is that before you go to another screen, the disable will work. The function called disable will work, and when the disable will is work, it will clear the interval of work ID. So the set interval will be destroyed. So after, because of that, you can go to the back screen, you can go to the home screen, and the set interval of that will be break. Now if somebody send a message, it won't say the update won't work. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any problems, please put it down in the comments. I will reply for it. So see you guys in the next video.